Right now, someone in your life might be rewiring your brain without you even knowing it. They're using psychological tactics so subtle, so expertly crafted, that you blame yourself for feeling confused, anxious, and constantly second-guessing your own reality. The most dangerous predators aren't the ones who attack you directly. They're the ones who convince you to destroy yourself from the inside out. Welcome to the hidden world of psychological manipulation, a realm where words become weapons and kindness becomes a calculated strategy. Today, we're exposing 5 dark signs that someone is playing mind games with you. These aren't just relationship red flags. These are sophisticated psychological operations designed to control, confuse, and ultimately own your mental space. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to recognize these tactics and protect yourself from becoming someone else's psychological plaything. Sign number 1. They masterfully use intermittent reinforcement to keep you hooked. This is the most addictive psychological pattern known to humans, more powerful than cocaine, more binding than chains. Here's how it works. They give you incredible highs, followed by devastating lows, but never in a predictable pattern. One day they're showering you with attention, telling you you're amazing, making you feel like the center of their universe. The next day, they're cold, distant, or critical, leaving you scrambling to figure out what you did wrong. Your brain becomes addicted to those random moments of validation, just like a gambler pulling the slot machine lever. You start changing your behavior, walking on eggshells, desperately trying to trigger their good mood again. They've essentially turned you into a lab rat, pressing a button for random rewards. Except the button is your entire personality, and the reward is their approval. Sign number 2. They're experts at triangulation, using other people as psychological weapons against you. This is manipulation at its most sophisticated level. They'll casually mention how someone else handles situations better than you, how their ex never complained about certain things, or how impressed they are with a colleague's work ethic. But here's the sinister part. They're not just making comparisons. They're carefully selecting information designed to trigger your specific insecurities. Maybe they know you're sensitive about your career, so they constantly praise other people's professional achievements. Perhaps you've shared that you worry about your appearance, so they make sure to compliment others' looks in front of you. They're essentially using your own vulnerabilities as a roadmap for psychological torture. The goal isn't to motivate you. It's to keep you in a constant state of competition with shadows, always feeling like you're not quite enough. Sign number 3. They weaponize your own words and emotions against you through strategic vulnerability harvesting. This one is particularly cruel because it exploits your trust and openness. During intimate moments, when you're feeling safe and connected, they encourage you to share your deepest fears, past traumas, and secret insecurities. They might even share some of their own to create a false sense of mutual vulnerability. But they're not bonding with you. They're gathering intelligence. Weeks or months later, during arguments or when they want to control you, those same vulnerabilities become their ammunition. The childhood trauma you confided becomes proof that you're damaged. The career fear you shared becomes evidence that you're not ambitious enough. They've essentially convinced you to hand them the keys to your emotional destruction, then acted surprised when they used them. This isn't just betrayal. It's psychological warfare disguised as intimacy. Sign number 4. They create artificial urgency and false time pressure to short-circuit your decision-making process. Master manipulators understand that rushed decisions are bad decisions, so they deliberately compress your thinking time. They'll present opportunities, demands, or ultimatums that seem to require immediate responses. If you don't decide by tonight, the offer is gone. Everyone else has already committed. I need to know right now if you're serious about this relationship. But here's what they're really doing. They're preventing you from consulting your support network, from sleeping on it, from doing research, or from listening to your gut instincts. They know that given time and space, you might recognize their manipulation or realize you don't actually want what they're offering. So they manufacture crisis situations that force you into reactive mode rather than reflective mode. Your stress response kicks in, your critical thinking shuts down, and suddenly you're agreeing to things you never would have accepted with clear thinking time. Sign number 5. They engage in reality revision, systematically altering the narrative of shared experiences to make you doubt your own memory and perception. This is gaslighting at its most sophisticated level. It doesn't just happen once, it's a consistent pattern of rewriting history. They'll claim conversations never happened, insist events unfolded differently than you remember, or deny making promises they clearly made. But the truly insidious part is how gradual and subtle this process is. They don't contradict everything immediately. They start small, questioning minor details, then gradually escalate to denying major events. Over time, you begin to doubt your own memory and perception. You start recording conversations, taking screenshots, or asking friends to confirm what they witnessed. Not because you're paranoid, but because someone has systematically trained you to distrust your own mind. They've essentially performed a psychological lobotomy, severing your connection to your own reality and making you dependent on their version of events for basic understanding of what's happening in your life. Understanding these mind games isn't about becoming paranoid. It's about reclaiming your power. The moment you can name what's happening to you, it loses its hypnotic control over your brain. Remember, healthy relationships don't require you to constantly question your sanity, walk on eggshells, or compete with invisible rivals. Trust your instincts. They're usually picking up on manipulation patterns your conscious mind hasn't recognized yet. If someone consistently leaves you feeling confused, anxious, or small, that's not love, friendship, or professional respect. That's psychological abuse. You deserve relationships that build you up, not people who need to tear you down to feel powerful. The knowledge you've gained today is your shield against future manipulation. Use it wisely. If this video opened your eyes to patterns in your own life, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into the hidden psychology that shapes our daily interactions. Your awareness is your armor, and now you're fully equipped for battle.